computations, people say, have squared the year to human compass, eh? If so, by striking from the calendar, unborn tomorrow and dead yesterday.
There are 2 days about which we needn't ask, the one that hasn't come and the one that's past. For we live in the paradiso now, in which each moment is eternally vast.
The unborn future is inherent in the past. Its will be is real with no unreal contrast class, as there's no opposite to existence, no nil.
It's not just that future is going to exist.
The moment contains eternal reward. Both past and future are rolled there inward. Time never passes, it stays as it is. Still it is ceaselessly moving onward. Take the road of eventually towards someday. Turn back at the fork of maybe and perhaps, past the winding path where it could have been. Thus reach the barren land of nevermore. March, April, spring will reign as we may there. Between June and her sister September, then prolong the fall till November come December, when we can sweet remember.
Life, although anguishing, must be lived fully. Yet if we're alive enough to feel its beauty, then we're exposed to its opposite twin. Yes, beauty's other side is melancholy.
When tomorrow's well is full, will I drink? Or should I live today? Must I sit and think? If so, then even today is too late. The wise just lived yesterday to the brink. The moment container is inherent in the past. Its will be is real with no unreal contrast. Last, there's no opposite to existence, no nil. It's not just that future is going to exist. The moment contains eternal reward. Both past and future are rolled there inward. Time never passes, it stays as it is. Still it is ceaselessly moving onward. And lately by the tavern door agape came stealing through the dusk an angel shape, bearing a vessel on his shoulder. And he bid me taste of it, and 'twas the grape.
Upon all worlds our shadows are cast, from our inner musings that are so vast, while we savor the gladness of life. We're off back to the tavern to hear what's asked.
Onward, Omar.
Is future connected to the present?
Yes, and in more ways than you'd want it sent, as the consistencies you might resent. All future flowers from seeds of the present.
Oh, why is there anything at all?
There has to be, for nothing has no call.
No birth nor creation, choice or option.
Even the great wheel knows not its withal.
What happens from there being no election of that which hath no point for direction?
Everything happens, for air changes, revealing all faces of complexion.
What becomes of this potential everything?
Anything, as all the possible rings.
What's the information of all these things?
Nothing, so it air jitters, flutters, and sings.
What sense to it all in that it must be? What is the message of eternity?
The only missive of all time is being. Its point is but that it cannot not be.
But what's the base of the basis as first, the simplest from which all things fill their thirst?
True, the simple fundamental monads compose complicates, universed.
So we've it wrong that the base is complex?
Yes, as wrong as opposites must expect, for complexities are ever the less, from more and more underlying simplex.
Fine, but not. You leave me with mystery. What is going on here? For what purpose me?
You and it are the riddle that solves itself. You are exactly being in its spree.
The preachers claim perhaps as fact and truth.
Their ingrained beliefs the priests duly preach as if notions were truth and fact to teach. O cleric, repent, at least say have faith, yet of unknowns ne'er shown none can e'er reach.
How long will they prate of eternity? Why proclaim as sure some uncertainty?
'Tis yon the cape of man's ability, to unlock every door winds the key.
In the shadows of the stone walls gray, monks in silence kneel and pray. Candles flicker in the twilight's hold. Ancient whispers tales of old. Ancient whispers tales of old. Echoes in the cloistered halls softly hum through sacred calls. Chants arise to skies so high, mystery sung under a heavenly sky. In this monastery's secret heart, in the dark halls of the monastery, when the full moon arises, there's such a beautiful harmony of tones, sung by ghosts of long ago, like a wave of repetitive, throbbing and hushing. We call it a balm for the suffering of souls. As a monk can tell you so, all the sounds like a waterfall trickle down the walls, very high voice, and that smooth and even eternal fall rolls out like clouds from singing throats. In the dark halls of the monastery, when the full moon arises,
The grape that
can with logic absolute. The 2 and 70 jarring sext confute. The subtle alchemist that in a trice life's leaden metal into gold transmute. Let the 2 and 70 sects all told diverge in their tales of myth. Take soul. One draught of alchemia wine cures all ills, transforming life's leaden dross into gold. A thirst I quench and drench in wine's romance, which troubles not heaven's glance. Perchance did the all-seeing thoughts not grant the chance? Then God's all-knowing is but ignorance. If wine
They forbid, then not for whose sake, and of no companions life sails to shake, nor the genial company prolonged. Seems those who drink are of reason wide awake.
perhaps this, perhaps that, they speak of God, repeating ancient thoughts on paths well trod, attempting proof that nature's not itself. Their words fall empty, dust upon the sun.
They bless the needed soul with the holy kiss of life, being this of which to replace us with. For what did natural selection ever do in vain, spending so extravagantly on the higher brain?
Oh man, what a piece of work the mind. What noble deeds done and undone in kind. What Rube Goldberg inventions heaped upon. In the layers of brains the mind is made upon. What is this sapiens mammal animal, but of some slime and of brutish law? Let us neglect this state of affaring on the grounds that it is unappealing. We are spun of the eternal golden braid, those windings of truth, love and beauty made from the goodness of purity immortal. The theory of everything singular portal.
What is man but the special chosen species, for which all the plants grow and the waters reach, for which the earth turns round and orbits, enabling us to thrive above any and all creation. destiny, that in our temporary parentheses of eternity, we would flourish for just a moment, bidden as the blossoms of perfection's flag.
100 trillion stars and countless shores were built to light our universal nights explored. 40 million other lower species to the All Might, placed about our world merely for our delight.
Our name is writ large on the heavens marquee, in the supernovae stardust showered from thee. From nothing not he came, but of a naught our own universe was made, and ever wrought.
A starring role we play in this reality show. Every atom spinning around for us to know. Our ancestors rising and falling for us to stand upon. Oh man, they lived and died for our own promise.
Every shaft of light shines with us in mind. Thus it beams forth our beginning and our end.
In and of God's hidden and heavenly shrine, oh life we cherish being that of yours and mine. We do so much deserve reward beyond this role, and so it is that one's immortal spirit soul, that angelic vapor that drives a living being, will go forth to glory on behind the scene. We are not merely some mammally organic luck, but purposely evolved on this planet near a star, in an intended long and winding mindless birth of slowly drifting time, dust and selection by death, that ever sifted the sapiens from the rest. Now why is the soul so true and so far within faith goes? It's because one so much wishes it to be what knows. The cosmic dance, for those of us who ignore life's romance. Ignorance, like shadow, has no substance.
The shade is removed by the light within. Feel the rhythm of the universal dance.
Life's a continual cosmic energy dance. treasure vault within the framework of the broadening thought.
The lights pulsing and the waves reverberating, where the good times had become everlasting.
Tribal primal field currents were raging from speakers of the energy matrix pounding.
They whirled and twirled as loving the shoals of sentient consciousness, knowing no halt.
There were rhythms of constant contraction and expansions of bosom energy projections, converted to scalar waves of blinking attraction, as vision and fusion beckoned
The connection.
ever forming in this omni-sound emporium, where tone waves vibrated in waves of creation. Existence's essence beckoned us back home, as the contained container is the
I looked in on the 276 and heard but the karma of the barking dogma. Some Hindus, Buddhists, Christians, and Jews wondered what stories they should choose. Even though they'd already so many chosen, they just didn't want to keep notions so frozen. So they met to merge the postulations into one, thinking that this might be a whole lot of fun. In our hypothesis, there is just the only one. Well, our conception is a multitude of many sons. Well, we'll part way, mate. There's only the Holy One. Now the odds of that are over 3 million to 1. But of us was one, so of gods there are none. A human above all that now's not seen by the sun. Humph, holy Jesus, of our one God was his son. He lit mankind's darkness with light of the sun. No, Jewish Jesus was not of any nature divine, but was just a mere man, much ahead of his time. This you all should know, being there at the time. Look at our history, singing old biblical rhymes. All is not real, so what is this great big fuss? Retreat back to where it's all at to slow the rush. Oh, God's universe and creatures are so real, and that is why we're making this very big deal. In the afterlife, we in hell or heaven reside. Not so fast, for in between these realms we lie. And if you in this testing life don't do so right. We're constructed from the stuff of stars grand, through life's history recorded in strands of DNA, both recent and older. These parts conducted to play as a band. All that we are, we owe to time, death and stars. Truly from the stars cometh our help. Within a star's heart, matter transforms itself and gives off energy. This is why the stars show. Something ever is and must be, for nothing cannot. Energy restrained by time paces the way along. This gate neither frozen nor totally reactive to be, forming all and any that is possible eventually.
The mighty Mahmud, the victorious Lord, that all the misbelieving and black horde of fears and sorrows that infest the soul scatters and slays with his enchanted sword.
Whose tribes had looted Nightshaper and burned it to the ground several times, and it had been the scene of bloody wars between the Seljuks and Ghaznavid's dynasties.
The world turns, shadows fly, energy spreads apace, consolidating here and there, not an impatient race.
Muslims crash the gates, and now new Rome is cleft. A prism of many splendored light is all that's left.
Why be this juice the growth of God? Who dare blaspheme the twisted tendril as a snare? A blessing, we should use it, should we not? And if a curse, why then who set it there? Wine.
Why call wicked the nectar of the vine? What bane is it to cure the heart with wine? Bad water fish, 'tis heaven's good water. Bring out the physic for this life. into our nature. Temptation sway of your entrapment. Not all are aware. 'Tis not our debt. Thou should all the price pay.
Needs must the vintage drinker bathe in wine, for none can make a discolored name to shine. Go bring vino, for none can now restore the spotless sheen to this soiled gown of mine.
Whether we're twixt raw divine and ripe wine, which the lure enshrine, which the snare entwine. In taverns incline, wise with love then decline, as dumb in the monastery
I must abjure the balm of life. I must, scared by some after reckoning ta'en on trust, or lured with hope of some diviner drink, to fill the cup when crumbled into dust. The deceptive who make believe the law, a distinction between soul and body draw. Yet on my split hairs I'll place a wine jug, and if they put a coxcomb after all, as to the rich and variegated sheet, a plumage of the peacock, all hearts beat, and quick cry out with its splendorous spread. Would that bird then blush for its ugly feet? If but the vine and love, abjuring band,
are in the prophet's paradise to stand.
alack I doubt the prophet's paradise were empty as the hollow of one's hand. Why would the all-knowing, loving expert
Compose with power his designed concert,
then decompose his mint magnificate?
because there's none such beyond the turret. The ancients found themselves here and not there.
Yet to fathom earth, fire, water, and air,
Asking why life was not squares affair.
so invented the bad role models care. There were various modifications,
Yet the creator concept remained one.
but natural understandings progressed, leaping ahead of the dogmatical rest.
The cosmic alphabet. The quantum vacuum field waves are the strokes that write the elementary's letters. As the cosmic alphabet forwarding of the elements and the forces that phrase the molecules' interactions unto the cells, sentences that make for the lives, paragraphs of the species that experience the universe story. In a book from Babel's great library, the epic tales of the temporaries, their glorious triumphs and sad failures amid complexities, unwinding spray. The great needle plays, stitches, wins, and paves as the strands of quantum fields, webs of waves that weave the warp, weft and woof universe into being's fabric of Earth's living brains. Quantum fields are the fundamental strokes whose excitations at harmonic cloaks the field quanta with stability to persist and obtain mobility, since quantum fields pervade all time and space. The particles, like kinks, can shift and race to any region of the cosmic realm. As in a rope, the waveforms move apace as letters of the cosmic alphabet. The elementary particles beget, combining in words to write the story of the stars, atoms, cells, and life's glory. At each new tier of cosmic structures rise, as temporaries form before our eyes, fresh properties emerge from simpler parts, taking on life that deeper lore defies.
The weave of the quantum fields as strokes writes the letters of the elemental bytes.
The alphabet of the standard model,
Atoms then forming the stars' words whose mites merge to form molecules as the phrases onto protein cells as verse sentences into organisms, stanza paragraphs, and to the poem stories of the species
Of this concordance of literature,
with a cosmos poetic adventure, sentient poems being unified verses as both the contained and the container.
couched in living words, which by showing unapprehended proof lifts the veil to reveal hidden beauty. It's life's image drawn in eternal truth.
A poem is truth, clothed in words alive,
Unveiling proofs where mysteries arise.
It lifts the veil on beauty long concealed. Life's portrait drawn where timeless truths survive.
if I myself upon a loser creed have loosely strung the jewel of good deed, let this one thing for my atonement plead, that one for two I never did misread.
In these twin compasses, O Lord, you see one body with two heads as you and me, which twirl round one center circle wise, but at the last in one same point agree.
Thousands of years came to pass in stories,
But then we solved much of the mystery.
irrefutable now, has gone beyond.
Utterly not by any magical wand.
Claims of revelation in Genesis, of all of nature's species made as is, have been demolished, obliterated by evolution and data liberated.
King of all friends, listen to what I say. Let not heaven's deceitful wheel your heart dismay, but rest fulfilled in your peaceful nook, and watch the games that wheel is wont to play.
Strange is it not that of the myriads who before us passed the door of darkness through, not one returns to tell us of the road which to discover we must travel to. How shall we gild the air and pave the sea? What the effigies of idolatry? Who presupposes chaos doomed to hell?
None from hell or heaven came to tell.
Revelations of devout and learned, who rose
before us, and as prophets burned,
are all but stories which awoke from sleep.
they told their comrades, and to sleep returned.
Saki they who so disgust and fast have long since bowed their sleepy heads to cry.